So we'll be discussing hormonal regulation. Regulation, both hyper and hypoactivities of an endocrine gland produce structural or functional abnormalities or diseases. Therefore, normal functioning of endocrine gland and the level of hormone in the body needs to be regulated. This is possible by feedback control. Feedback control may be positive or negative. Feedback control is a kind of regulation mechanism in which the end product, it controls the whole you can say metabolic process. So this is very common in the body, and we will see how it occurs. So two types of feedback, positive and negative. The hormone of an endocrine gland stimulate the secretion of the respective releasing hormone from the hypothalamus, that is positive feedback. So wherever it is required, the hormone concentration, if it is less, so there more hormone need to be synthesized because it is controlling a particular function. So this whole system of control is from the hypothalamus. Now negative, the hormone of an endocrine gland inhibit the secretion of the respective releasing hormone from the hypothalamus. If some hormone is synthesized in the excessive amount, so its synthesis need to be inhibited. Now here there are two different kind of control: feedback control by metabolite and feedback control by nerves. So feedback control by metabolite, here the level of certain metabolite affect the secretion of specific hormone. For example, let's discuss glucose level in blood decide the secretion of insulin. If suppose the blood glucose increases when we eat some carbohydrate, that time what will happen, our blood glucose increases. So that time what will happen, the secretion of insulin will occur. So glucose over here is a metabolite, insulin is a hormone. So it will be secreted and it will do its function, and finally what it will do, it will decrease the blood sugar, that is glucose. So this is how it is working. So level of the glucose, it affects the secretion of hormone. So when glucose level is high, insulin is secreted. When glucose level is normal in the blood, the insulin will not be secreted. Now next is this is something we have already discussed in last chapter, feedback control by nerves. The secretion of adrenal medulla are controlled by the nerves of sympathetic nervous system. So we have discussed what is sympathetic nervous system. The adrenal medulla produces adrenaline hormone. Adrenaline is also what? Neurotransmitter, and it is also a hormone which leads to increase in blood pressure, heartbeat and rate of respiration. So these are the things. So once the stress is over, then further the hormone is no more released and the blood pressure will become normal, the heartbeat will become normal, and the rate of respiration will also become normal. Now here I'll be discussing one example to make you understand how you have to study different hormone. Now let's talk about thyroid gland. So here we are doing the study of thyroid, or the hormones released by the thyroid gland. Now hypothalamus, it releases thyrotropic releasing hormone, or thyroid stimulating releasing factor, which act on the pituitary, and pituitary from the anterior lobe will synthesize thyrotropic stimulating hormone, or TSH. This TSH act on the thyroid gland, which is situated in the neck, and this gland will secrete the hormone thyroxine. Now if you see chemically, thyroxine, it secretes two hormones actually, thyroxine and thyrocalcitonin. Thyroxine, if you see the structure, it is known as tetraiodothyronine and triiodothyronine. So Thyronin, if you basically see the structure, it is the peptide hormone because it contains the amino acid. Okay, so T4 and T3 basically the hormone are known as this. And what is the main function of this thyroxine hormone? So it controls the overall metabolism. So the action is on each and every cell of the body. Okay, it regulates the basal metabolism rate, it regulates the carbohydrate, protein, lipid metabolism, it controls the RBC formation, oxidation and energy production, it controls the body growth and development, it controls the water and electrolyte balance, and it regulates the calcium. So overall it is functioning with various other you can say coordination with various other hormones also, and it controls all these activities. Now if there is under secretion of this hormone in the children, then this is called cretinism. Okay, now if you see their characteristic, definitely since this hormone is controlling the overall growth, and so there will be poor growth and development because this hormone is produced in very low quantity, retarded physical and mental and sexual growth, low blood sugar, high cholesterol, low resistance to disease, rough, thick, dry, wrinkled skin, disproportionate hand and feet, pot belly, then deformation of bones and teeth. So if you see the hyperthyroidism, that is over secretion, which is called as exophthalmic goiter. So more of the thyroxine is secreted, that means increase in basal metabolism rate. So this will increase, blood pressure will increase, heart rate will increase. Okay, mental restlessness will be there because everything is increasing. Excessive loss of calcium and phosphorus from the bone, because in the bone also metabolism increases. Excessive perspiration is there, increase in appetite will be there, so person is likely to get more weight. Okay, so this is how they dysfunction the body if there is under or over secretion, although they are required in a very minute quantity, but they plays a very key role in our body. Okay, now let's see the thyroid hormone. Okay, now this is all the one kind of a metabolic pathway. Now here the thyroid hormones, which are the end product of this particular, you can say, metabolism, this, if there is more secretion, suppose whatever is the normal quantity required, and if suppose the body is still producing more of this hormone, now this is not required by the body and it is harmful for the body. So how the body is controlling? So this control coordination is actually with the help of the nervous system. So if more secretion is there, then the message through certain nerves, it goes to the hypothalamus. In the hypothalamus there are inhibitory hormones. Okay, so these inhibitory hormones, they will act on the pituitary and they will ask the pituitary that don't synthesize TSH. Now TSH will not be synthesized, so it will not be giving any message to the thyroid gland, and thyroid gland is not producing the thyroid hormone. This whole system here, it is known as negative feedback control. So this is one of the example of feedback control. So this is how the hormones are regulated. Okay, so suppose in case of positive control, what will happen? It will be the demands of different cells where they are functioning. All the cells, they will demand for this hormone to be produced because they are regulating these functions through different different enzymes and metabolic pathway. Okay, so they are going to send this signal, and signal will directly go to the brain, and brain is going in the hypothalamus center, and here what will happen? It will release the releasing factor, and further these things will come. Okay, so this is all about the hormone. Thank you.